Hi all, so welcome to the next tutorial. So previously we have created our chaos vehicle, but we haven't binded our inputs yet. But in our previous tutorial we were done with our inputs. If we go to inputs, we were done with the uh, key here, and we were having the blueprint. Okay, so let's start with today's tutorial. We will put our key binding and all the functions so we can get the things ready. So inside the mesh, you have to go to the physics asset, go here and select all and delete everything. Just go to this icon, show all bonds, so we can have some idea. For the root, I will go for the multi convex hull and just choose hull count to 1 and add body. What it will do, it will create the body for you, and it will not be that complex with because if you will go for 4, it will create the very much complex body, so which we don't want. For the sake of simplicity, you can also go for the box binding, it will also work. uh, okay, so this thing looks cool. uh, just go for the left, just to see we have proper space from the bottom, and we have go to the spheres, go to the go to our wheel, and for wheel I will go for the sphere and add bodies. Just check that they are covered properly. Yep, so you are done. If you will like on, and if we will simulate physics, it is not coming down. So for this, go to the base. We will do some changes here. First, for the mesh, it will be the physical body, so we will go to the physics tab and click on the simulate physics. Next thing, we have to set up the wheels too. So go to the wheel setup. See, here it is asking that how many wheels do you have, so we will have 4, and we have to specify the bone name. So go to the core skeleton, so it is front left, front right, rear left, rear right. So we have to specify in vehicle movement component. So here, front left, front right, rear right, rear left. Yep. Okay. Next thing is, you have to specify for the wheel class, we have the chaos vehicle wheel. So first, what we will do, we will create the blueprint version of the wheel, so you can visualize, see how many options and what are the option do we have available for the wheel. After that, we will convert it to the C++. So for that, just inside the car, just go for wheel. Inside the wheel, go for blueprint wheel. So chaos vehicle wheel, just select that, and front wheel, and for the naming convention, we will suffix at bp underscore front wheel. For the second, bp underscore rear wheel. Okay, so just open both, because we have to specify for the front, we have to specify like front. For the rear, we have to specify it rear. Next, I will keep it as default, but for the rear one, it will be affected with the handbrake as our cars do. It will not be affected by the engine, and yep. And for the front wheel, I will go for the, it will affected by the engine, yes. Will it be affected by the handbrakes? No. Yep. So we will also set up the suspension, but as default it is 1010. So just compile and save it for now. Go to the car base yet, so we will put the wheel class. So for 0 and 1, these are the front tires, so we will specify bp underscore front wheel, bp underscore front wheel. For the below one, it will be rear. Yep. Click save and check if we have everything in place or not. See. Yeah. Okay, let's test it again. See, we have that bounciness, but it is not working as we want it to be. uh, okay, so we will do some changes. Let's bind our input first. Okay. uh, so I think we are done with the physics. Yep, we are done with the physics. So you, yep, you can we can specify the mass here too, and we can specify the mass inside the car base also. The by default it is 500, and the inside the engine setup we can we have to put the torque on. So for the max rpm, I will take it as 7000, and max torque I will tweak it as 600. First we will check it with the 300, and torque curve is like that, how much fast you want the torque. So what, just double click and make the curve. So for default I will just 00, add random key, and place it the, let's take the max x value will be the max rpm, so which is 7000. So for let's take it middle 5, and value will be 1, and next key will be like add the 7000, it will be 0. Okay, so just press these two buttons so you can have the basic curve. So I'm just putting these value. So add key. Yeah. So just click cross, and we have this. Yeah. And create the external curve. Just click over this, and I will save it in the car BP. We should have the different folder, but I'm just for the, for this tutorial sake, I'm just saving it here. So we have this talk implemented. Okay, so next we haven't bounded the binded the functions, so we will do that. So when we will press forward, we have to go forward, but for that we, so what we will do, we will just get the reference of this vehicle movement component. So we have the function for this, so get vehicle movement, component, get vehicle movement component. This is the function. When I will pressing, I'm not getting the function, so we have to include the header file. So go inside this function. So it will be the u chaos vehicle component. So if you will go inside, go for the path. So at the bottom you can see it is inside the public, and so we can just direct specify the chaos vehicle movement component. So we will do the same. So just hash include uh, dot h, and we have to remove the u because it is automatically added by the Unreal. So now these function of the component should be available, right? Now they are. So for the okay, this is for the backward. So brake, set brake input. Yep. So for the backward, we do it with the brake input. For the forward, get vehicle movement component dot. It will be the throttle. Set throttle input. We have to put the value. So we are just passing the parameter. For moving left and right, vehicle component set steering input. Put the value. Yep. For the brake press and release, we will use the brake. So get vehicle movement component, get set brake input, uh, set brake input. Uh, hmm, no, it won't be the brake, and it will be the handbrake. So set handbrake input, and it will be the true because we will start uh, applying the handbrake when we will press it. Okay, and we will release it. So get vehicle component dot set handbrake input, set it to false. So we have everything set up. Now for the camera, what we will do, set controller, add controller pitch input. Okay, so for the look up, so it will be pitch, right? Yep. So we will pass the okay. So um, okay, yep, we will pass this parameter, and for the look left and right, it will be your, so controller your input. So we are adding this just because when I move my mouse, so I can look around the car. So control shift B, just to compile the code, and as soon as it is done, we can switch our to Unreal Engine. So it succeeded. Go back to the Unreal Engine, just open it again, character BP, open it again, and we have all the bindings in place. So let's check if it is all working. First simulate button, yep, we have that bounciness now. uh, let's do check with the selected report. Now our car is moving forward with the W key, but the S key is not working as I'm clicking it, and mouse is also not working. So let's fix those first. Just close the skeleton and the physics asset because we are done with them. So inside the base character, for the spring, we have to check this use control rotation, because when I am moving my camera, this spring doesn't know that I want that rotation. So we have to check this button. So use pawn controller. So we will do it inside here. Set pawn control control B, use pawn control. Okay, yep, I want this to be true. Next, let's check for the wheels if we have put everything correctly. If we have put, yeah, here it should work fine. Let's check. Let's check if we have that option check. So you have to click this button to set it to default. Yep, yep, that mouse is working. Okay, but when I am doing the up down, it is just opposite. So I will just multiply it with -1 when I'm looking up and down. So I will just multiply it -1. Okay. Yep, it is succeeded. Let's click play. Yep, so it is now all working. So I'm just clicking left and right, but it is not working. Uh, it is going. It is starting with the W key, but my S key is not working. The brake is working when I'm clicking the space, and the left right also is not working. So let's go with the bindings. If we have spell it correctly, I think it was correct when we done the project setting input. For the left right, we have used the LR and minus one S move LR, move LR, move RL. Yep. Yes, steering input. Yep, it is correct here, but we are not getting that thing. So we have to check inside the vehicle movement component. So front, rear. Yep. Inside the front. Uh, Actually, okay. Yep. So inside the front, we forgot to check this button, which is affected by the steering. Compile and save, and let's test. Yep, now it is. It should work fine. So yep, now it is working. See, yeah. But see, as this car is like Mercedes car, but we are not getting that acceleration inside the car. The brake is in place, but our car is not getting back. So for the reverse, we have to check if we have everything then fine. So move backward, BACKWARD. Yep, everything seems fine. Okay, we are not putting the value in here. So break input. Okay, it won't. It is not get. It is set. Okay. So that should be it because we have done everything correctly. So that bounciness is there. Yep. So the suspension is also working. When I'm moving my car, it is working. Now I'm pressing the back button is also working. Left and right is also working. Perfect. So the next thing which I want to specify is one is suspension. Uh, so when you will go to the wheel, we are done with the project setting. First, like if you will crank up the suspension here, the max stage is like the bounciness. How much do you want it? Like if you will crack it to 20, so it will give you more upward and downward force. Spring rate is that how much spring you want to compress it on per kg. Next is spring preload, so we want default as 50. uh, okay, and okay, so let's check. So if you will look at see, it is more bouncy, but it is just look like the little bulky. So it looks cool, but we should uh, just set it to default as 10 was fine for me, as it is a royal car, right? Next is the engine, because we were not getting that much of torque when I am pressing WC. It is just very slowly it is gaining the acceleration. So for that, what we will do inside the movement component, go down like in the engine setup. For the max torque, I will just shift those uh, pins. I have to do it here. Yep, so I will just move this pin in the front. So because I want that torque in the starting only, and I will just keep that torque, and I will lose after the mid. Okay, And next thing, the max torque which I want to achieve is like 800 or the 900. Let's check it with 700 so you can get the difference. If I will play it now, see now, like when I'm pressing the button, you can see the how fast that wheel is rotating in the starting only. So this is the acceleration, and now my car is moving fast, and the handbrake is also working. It is a skidding. We can also put the physical material inside the wheel. But it is like it is very smooth to drive. I really like the output of this car. Okay, so we are done mostly. Uh, Now the last thing is that we have put the wheels, right, the front and the rear, but these are the blueprints. We have to create the C++ representation. So if you will hover over it, or if you will go inside it, the parent is chaos vehicle wheel. So we will do the same inside the C++. I think it should be inside the character. Okay, so plus all classes, wheel, go down, chaos vehicle wheel, we want this one. Okay, click next. So inside the character, we'll just car extra. I'm just creating this folder, so if we have some functions according to the car, so we will put it inside this folder. So c underscore wheel front, and we will do same for the rear wheel. Yeah, if you will go inside, just remove this folder thing, or else it will give you an error. Click yes, don't bother as we have already resolved that error. Go characters again, I will see it is reloaded. Extra, again we will click next, wheel, and this time we will chaos wheel. This time we will go for the rear wheel, wheel rear. Okay, so just create the class. So the thing is, the this is the parent class, so u chaos vehicle wheel. So the thing which we have changed in the blueprint, it was the be affected by brakes, yes, affected by engine. So we have to just check these variables. So we will do the same. Click yes, and we have to again folders. Okay, I will just uh, I'm just removing the extra files. So we do have these header files. First thing first, I will create the public section, and I will call the constructor. So wheel rear, yeah. So just using the shortcut create implementation. So I will do the same for the front one. Just define the public uc underscore wheel front, yep. Alt enter, generate implementation. If you are not getting these options, alt enter, you can just right click, you will get these options. Even if you are not getting, after that also, I'm using the extension resharper, so you can download that. It is not free, but still it is a very great tool. uh, okay, so inside here, so just go to the content browser in the character bp under the wheels. Just go to the options which we have checked. First it was the AXLE type, so let's go to the front. AXLE type will be EXLE type front, yep. uh, Next option is for the Affect by engine, yes. uh, Affect by engine front, yes. So I will keep it as true. Next, affected by handbrake, no. uh, Affected by steering, true. uh, Anything else? So it was just steering, brake. You see, this is the default one, so we won't touch it. And we can also change the steering angle. So I have checked it, it is 45 for this car. So max steering angle, right? So max steering angle to be 45. Okay, so this is for the front wheel. For the rear one, I'm just copying this value, and but it won't be affected by the engine, uh, and it won't be the steering too. So I will just remove these, and but it will be affected by the brake. So affected by handbrake. This is it. So these, okay, we have to remove the steering angle too, because these are the rear wheel. So just Control Shift B, so we can just compile the code, and just go to the character base class. Let's close this. Let it compile. Succeed. Go back inside the car BP. Go to the vehicle movement component, and just go to wheel setup. Okay, the shortcut is shift click, and it will option open all the options. So we want the C underscore because it the C plus plus version. Just put the wheel front, wheel rear. Uh, okay, and we will delete this folder. We still have the references. I think I have removed everything from this. Yeah. Uh, okay, maybe just try deleting them. So okay, so let's check if it is working fine. Okay. Okay, so I did a mistake that here it is front, but for rear it will be rear. So just Control Shift B again, and I'm just restarting my project. Where is it? So it succeeded. Let's check it now. Click play. So now this time my project doesn't broke. The left and right is working, and it is accelerating like before, and it is all working fine. So this was for the today's tutorial. Now everything works fine, and this car looks ugly because shaders are still compiling. So this was it for the today's tutorial. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. If you want to, if you have some projects, then you can contact me on the given link. Okay, thank you. Take care.